give me what I want. Just let me rest, let me sleep, let me have fun. I'm living my best life, okay? Please.
Liberty, I cannot leave you, and I will never leave you, because you are my first son, and I expect a lot from you.
Hey!
Yes.
Do not expect anything from me.
Eh?
Don't expect anything from me. Cut every expectation. Cut it.
For real?
Cut it.
Hi movie lovers, welcome to another edition of the Gist Movie Review. Today the movie we are going to be talking about, when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, what's going on? Because initially there has been some speculation that Eddie Watson and with Kadri are no longer cool with each other, and because of that she has stopped featuring him in her movies, because somewhere last year she stopped posting his videos. So when I saw this particular movie or thumbnail for this movie, I was like, oh my god, I was so happy. And I mean, I really enjoyed watching this movie. The title of this movie is The Billionaire Sons. So it's a movie which was produced on Ruth Kadri's YouTube channel, Ruth Kadri 247, and it stars Eddie Watson, as I already said earlier, who played the role as Liberty. We had Micheal Dappa, another surprise in this movie, because initially he has always been on Omondi Oboli's production, so I was surprised to see her on with Kadri's 247 channel. Lilian Afegbai played the role of Annie, and Mr. Anselm Ome played the role as Chief. I would say this film is a rendition of the prodigal son story in the Bible, and I mean, they added a touch of love to it to make it more engaging. It's a very interesting one. So Eddie Watson and Micheal Dappa are siblings, and their father is a very rich man. Eddie Watson is always living a wayward life, while Micheal Dappa is very responsible and cool-headed. One day, Eddie Watson demanded that his father give him the share of his property, because he was not ready to wait for him to die before he will enjoy whatever he's supposed to enjoy, because probably he's going to die at a very old age, and by that time, Eddie Watson, would also be old at that time as well. So he wanted to enjoy life whilst he's young and can move around and all that. Whilst at that, he met Annie and fell in love with her. Now, when his father finally agreed to give him the share of his properties, he absconded with Annie and went to live a very lavish lifestyle. And finally, when he got bankrupt, he had no other option but to become a taxi driver. During all those years that he was absent from home, his father has taken ill because he was so concerned about him and his welfare, and he knew that his son would definitely lavish all the money away. And so when he saw him being a taxi driver, he had no other option but to invite him back home again. Eddie Watson went back home with the intention of extorting more money from his father to spend on his lavish lifestyle, but his plan did not succeed when his father died as soon as he got home. Because he had already had a share of his father's properties, the only option he had was to beg his brother so he could give him some money to start up his life. But the intention was to, spend the money on his lavish lifestyle again. But then his brother proposed something to him, that he was going to relinquish everything, all the properties his father had given to him, but on one condition, and the condition was for him to give Micheal Dappa his girlfriend. And Eddie Watson agreed to this. When he finally got all the properties, he left the house and began spending this money again. When the money was about to get finished, he now came to the realization that he had to do something with his life. So he went back to beg his brother to help him set up his own business, and he changed drastically. And this was a surprise to Annie. All this while Annie has been in love with Eddie Watson, and not a single day that she ever considered replacing Eddie Watson with Micheal Dappa, even though she was very grateful to Micheal for changing her life and helping her to achieve her dreams of becoming a fashion designer. This movie is a very interesting and intriguing movie. You can't afford to miss this one. The comedy, the romance, the sacrifices, the love, you can't afford to miss any of it. It's very interesting. So if you haven't watched it, you can go to Ruth Kadri's YouTube channel, Ruth Kadri 247, and watch this amazing movie. Like, share, and leave your honest opinion about the movie in the comment section. And also, turn on your post notification icon so that anytime I drop movie related content, you'll be notified. Watch other review content on my YouTube channel. See you in my next